afternoon, wonderful viewers and great Nigerians watching us today in our program at Living Television. I welcome you again to today's episode on Living Television in our program today called As It Is in Your Area. In case you are just joining us for the first time, this program is a phone-in audience participatory program where you are meant to call us, tell us what is happening in your area as it affects you as an individual or as a group of people. It could be issues bothering you around your surroundings or environment. It could be issues bothering you in your family. It could be anything. When you tell us, the whole world is listening to you. The government are not exempted. They are also listening to you. Many people have had their problems solved through these means. Many will bring in their contributions or suggestions. And when you call us, I know that that problem or issues bothering you or you are facing within your environment will not be exceptional. So I believe when you join us in today's program, you call us and tell us what is bothering you, what is happening in your area. As you know, I am not alone in the studio. I am with my guest, a man of many parts, a man of integrity, a man of prestige, in the person of Professor Chinedum Adele. Prof, you are welcome to our today's program, sir.
Thank you, Madam Moderator, and our wonderful viewers. You're welcome.
All right, wonderful viewers watching us in our today's program. I am your anchor, Okechukwu Jem Francis. Prof.
Yeah.
Sir, can you tell us what is happening in your area as we are coming to this place today, maybe yesterday or today or during the week?
Yesterday, shortly before I left the office, there was serious uproar. And then we were wondering what happened. As I left the office, as I was driving towards Owerri Road, precisely at Brass, the traffic jam was so much. It was a heavy roadblock. I saw people with white powder from head to toe. When I inquired, they say the INEC has announced the Abia poll for 2023 governorship election, and the Labour Party won the election.
Wow.
And relating this way, does it mean that they are happy that this government, the immediate, the incumbent government, are they happy that they are going out? If that is the case, does it mean that they are not happy that the PDP stay in the state, or are they saying they've not performed very creditably well? I was worried, about it until I got home yesterday. There's something happened. All the beer parlors, you see
everywhere
people, drinking and so on. And then I was also worried because there's been this cry of scarcity of funds, scarcity of money. It's not just about scarcity, cashlessness. Yet, there were cartons of beer in almost all the beer parlors around my street. People dancing, people jubilating and drinking, particular things, that happen. But above all, as I was coming out this morning, I had expected that level of jubilation and celebration. Shortly before I got to Brass, where you have these KKs parked and so on, I saw two heavy men with heavy blues fighting, and so I parked a little to find out what was going on, just because of 200 naira. It was a heavy fight. If I had a camera, I would have captured what happened there. So there are too many things that happened in our environment. That this is exactly what I've experienced between yesterday evening and this morning as I get to the office.
All right, thank you very much, sir. You have done justice to that particular issue. All right, wonderful viewers. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue the rest of the program. Don't go anywhere. Sit down and stay with us. Welcome back from that short break. If you are just joining us, this program is a phone-in audience participatory program. You are meant to call us, tell us what is happening in your environment. Tell us issues bothering you as an individual or as a group of people. Whatever issue that it is, feel free to call us, feel free to bring in your contribution, feel free to bring in your suggestion, whatever thing you think it is. We are here to listen to you, we are here to attend to you, we are here to provide solution in our own little ways. The phone line to call us with is 091 6828 4994. I take the line again, 091 6828 4994. Feel free to call us, feel free to bring in your contribution or suggestion. All right, sir. Now back to the issue on ground. The recent happenings for the past few months now has been the issue of scarcity of money, scarcity of the currency, both the old and the new legal tender. Now, sir, we went for a small reporting yesterday around within our vicinity here. Some people were lamenting. Some persons were complaining that they have been on the queue for more than 4 to 5 hours. One man even complained that he came around 4 a.m. in the morning. I was like, what do you mean? Are you being serious here? He said yes. Now, on my own, I was thinking maybe since they have announced the use of the old and the new currency, that there should be, will I say, abundance of the money or something. Why is there this scarcity of this currency, sir?
Well, if you are listening to news today, you discover that the Nigeria Labour Congress, as we speak, they are supposed to be on strike. They are going to converge in almost all the CBN offices, CBN banks. So they are protesting today. Because the problem initially, a lot of people thought it was the bank holding the money, but that is not true. Actually, when they announced the use, when the Supreme Court announced the use of the old Naira, the 1,500 to subsist with the new currency, a lot of people heaved a sigh of relief, believing that I is so. And you discover that the old ones they are still managing to use are the ones they left within themselves, and not. CBN has not released any money since then, according to most of the commercial banks. Yeah, they've not released any money, and that is why the scarcity has intensified instead of coming down, instead of easing off a little bit. It is hard. It is hard, honestly, because everybody is crying, everybody is weeping. Businesses are not going the way they should go, and when you talk about this cashless policy, we have a lot of unbanked areas. There are some local governments you don't see a single bank. There are some villages and communities you don't see a single bank. And there are also people that have not visited the bank since they were born. But they have been doing their businesses. Their businesses is just from hand to mouth. They sell, make their profit, buy what they will eat. The remaining money, they invest it again the following day. And then how do you expect such people to cope? In as much as in developed countries, what Emefiele introduced, the CBN governor, what introduced should have been a wonderful one. But unfortunately, they should have considered, they should have done enough research, empirical research in the communities and know how many unbanked will be no vote buying. And then whether vote buying or not, you saw what happened during the presidential election. And even as we speak, there is still this rumor, as alleged though, that most of these big shots, political gladiators also have their ways through the banks to pack up this even newly printed money and so on. And so it is majorly, it's hitting hard on the poor masses, honestly, not the bourgeois.
It is.
So because of that, the thing is working. I think NLC, if they are serious with what they are doing today, protesting, their protest today, I'm sure between now and next week, something better will happen. As we speak today, I was in the bank about an hour ago. I was there when the man came rolling on the ground that he's not going to leave the banking hall because he has nothing to feed the people who are not worried. You see them traveling overseas, doing all sorts of things. And when you talk about the online banking and so on, you discover it is not even moving. the way it should be for
Yes.
those who can do it. So I think the problem we have is that some of our leaders in various quarters are insensitive to the situation and problem of the people.
Of the people, honestly, Prof, you have done well. You have done well. You just analyze everything. Now, my major concern now is on the issue of those that issues the money, especially the POS people.
Yes,
Now,
we have a big problem with that.
Okay.
Because I was just discussing with a friend. Somebody told me he buys 10,000 with 4,000 naira.
Exactly.
10,000, you transfer 14,000 to get 10,000 naira.
Yes.
Before they give you 5,000, they take about 3,000. What kind of? I take about 2,000. I don't understand. I can't understand this. I don't know where we are heading to. I don't know why with little problem every other person will want to make the other one dry. This is very wrong. The POS are not helping matters at all. I remember the one very close to my house. I sent my boy.
Yes.
Then after buying the gas, about 5,000, I think 8,000, and then I said take 10,000 so that you give me 2,000.
2,000.
Yes. What he told me is that 2,000 I have to pay 600 naira.
For the charges.
For the charges. Meanwhile, I don't know why our people are becoming Shylocks, people who love money more than their blood. And that is the problem we have here. It is getting out of hand. I think the CBN also should do something about these POS operators.
Yes.
They are not helping matters at all. They are not. And in some quarters, a lot of people will tell you that the banks have this money to sell it to these people who in turn want to make their returns. I can't imagine myself using 4,000 naira to buy 10,000 naira. I don't know what that means.
Invariably, the person has 6,000.
Yes.
Because assuming you don't have up to 14,000, they will deduct the 4,000.
That is it.
It's too much. We really need to help ourselves in this situation. If we want all of us to move forward, we really need to help ourselves in this situation we find ourselves in. Everything is not all about the government. We individuals are also contributing to this problem. Honestly, sir. Now, sir, another question I'm trying to get right is on the issue, some persons are really complaining and lamenting that the gutters are filled up with dirt, whereby causing flood in their surroundings, in their neighborhood. Do you think the governments are not putting in much effort to see that all this drainage are being kept neat? Well, because you see now we are entering running season.
Yes, we must not blame government on everything. There is I think once in every month, there is a day specifically made for cleanup.
Okay.
And you have about close to 2, 3, 4 hours to do that. And then another process, them also come out to clear that same thing. And you're expecting the government to do that. Government will play their part, giving us good road, creating the drainages. That is the function of the government. About taking care of it, in as much as they have a little role to play there. But individuals who live in the street, what are they doing? Why wouldn't they take care of that? Most of these drainages are filled to the brim with all forms of debris and waste, and nothing is happening. No. This one, nobody should talk about the government. We should blame ourselves for that. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Exactly. But it's unfortunate that a lot of people don't care about that. It is not just enough to sweep your room and keep it clean. But what about the environment?
Yes.
It is important. And when you have this type of dirty drainages, what happens next? Mosquitoes over there. In the United Kingdom, US, and so many developed countries, there's nothing like mosquito. They don't suffer malaria. This malaria that means nothing here is a big sickness over there, if you happen to see anyone that is suffering it. And what brings about it? It is just the dirty environment. And somebody jokingly told me the other day, if Noah had killed the female and male mosquito, by now we wouldn't be suffering. But this one is not the fault of Noah. It is environment that creates this dirty environment.
Yes,
that creates this.
Yes, very
so
well.
Our people should sit up within their environment and make sure that these places are kept neat. When you have a neat environment, mosquito will not come close to you. In my village here, in Oisioma,
Yes.
that my compound, there is nothing like mosquito.
Seriously?
Yes. Because we don't have gutters around and the place is always neat.
What about the bushes surrounding it? Does it attract mosquito also?
My place is Oma by town, there is no bush. The bushes are far. The bushes are far. So there's honestly, if you doubt what I'm saying, you can go with me and sleep with me today. You see what I'm talking about. You can come and sleep. You know?
All right, Prof. The issue of the new governor that is being elected, that was announced CXTA, what are your expectations from him?
Well, there is a saying in my place that a man who knows so much does not know there's something I want to tell you.
Okay.
Oti is about coming in.
Yes.
He has persevered. He has persisted. And luckily, God decided to smile at him this time.
Exactly. Exactly.
If he fails to prove his worth, right from 2015, has been talking about how well experienced, well exposed, how connected he is. The Abians are waiting to see what he's going to do,
Okay.
to see the magic, especially in terms of salaries, you know, infrastructures. The outgoing government, the PDP government, at least they tried. At least they tried. He tried so much.
Okay.
If what Okezie did within these 8 years, if DA had done half of it when he was governor,
Okay.
Abia would have been better. But unfortunately, he inherited a hell lot of decayed infrastructure, and which has not been easy with him. Like especially when you talk about Aba, DA never did anything in Aba for the 8 years instead.
Okay.
But Okezie was working both Umuahia and Aba. Only where a real one will say he failed because he can't get it right 247, who could be maybe some salaries and so on. So, but if TA had done half of what Okezie did this time, I'm telling you, Abia would have been a better place. So what we're expecting from the governor-elect is for him to do better. He had assured Abians he was going to turn Abia around for